Most beginners think they lack talent. They don't. They lack a system. And I do understand the frustration. And now I'm going to bust 3 different false beliefs related to singing and playing guitar. Myth number 1, the talent myth, goes like this. I'm not talented enough. I'm not musical enough. I can't do this. Here's the truth. Talent is not what you actually need. You need a system. You need support. You need guidance and proper action. You need to do the right amount of things in the right order. Myth number 2, the time myth. I don't have enough time. It takes 8 hours a day for 20 years to become good. What you actually need is 10 to 15 minutes of practice, a few times a week. So here's the trick. You need to know what to practice, how much to practice, and do the things in the right order. And don't combine skills too early. So repetition is the key. You need a proper system. You need to know what you're doing. You need to take 10 to 15 minutes a day, few times a week at least. And when you follow a proper system, do the right things in the right order, have focused practice time, you will see the results compounding little by little. Myth number 3. I've tried everything and nothing works. Well, I'm actually guessing that you haven't tried a proper system that tells you what to do, which skills to master first, and how to combine them in the end. So what you need is a proper system and someone to support you and give you feedback on your progress, to give you the exact steps you need to go through in the right order. And now I'm going to teach you my 3-step system. Pick the right song. Many beginners pick songs that are way too hard, so don't be afraid to pick a really simple song with no more than 3 to 4 different chords, and they have to be playable as open chords. The song needs to have a simple structure. Ideally it should have an A and a B, or maybe just even a 4-bar loop, no more complicated than that. The song needs to be familiar to you enough, so you don't need to spend a year learning how it goes. And the key of the song has to be comfortable to you from the beginning, so you don't have to take a bunch of singing lessons just to get through your first song. So don't be afraid to go super simple. You can even choose a song that's meant for children, for example. And now that you've chosen your song, then the next step is to focus on the singing part first. And the first phase is just humming the melody with or do's or la or whatever. You don't have to worry about lyrics at this point. For an example, we'll take Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. It has 4 chords and the same structure repeats throughout the whole song. And now we'll focus on just humming the melody. We'll keep rhythm by snapping our fingers, or you can strum your muted strings, or you can clap your hands, something to keep you in rhythm. You can also use a metronome or a backing track. La 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 la. And then when you're comfortable just singing the melody without any lyrics, now it's time to focus on the rhythm. We'll rap the lyrics, but we'll forget the melody for now. As an example, I'll just use the strumming on the muted strings. So mute the strings with your left hand and keep yourself in rhythm like that. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. As a side note, remember to check that you're in the right key. I've chosen an A minor key for this song, because it fits my range. But you can move your capo anywhere on the fretboard and use the same chord shapes. You can drop your voice with an octave, so it doesn't get too high for you. Okay, phase 3 of the vocal part is that now you sing the melody with the lyrics and in the right rhythm. And you can check that you're in the right key by playing the first chord, which for me would be A minor. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And now that you have the whole vocal part down, it's time to focus on the guitar. For this song, we could use the original rhythm, which is something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As a beginner, you need to simplify that. So the first phase is just figuring out the chords. In this case, it would be A minor, D minor, F major, and G major. And you can, of course, play along with the original track. You can use a metronome, a drum machine, anything that keeps you in time. But you can also keep time yourself by counting out loud, for example, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember to take it as slow as you need to. You don't have to go fast. You need to get this right. So you can take a super slow tempo if needed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, when you feel comfortable with just playing the chords to the structure, next phase is that you're gonna add some strums there. For example, we've been playing half notes this far, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll add double the amount of strums, so that's called quarter notes, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, next phase is that we double the amount of strums again. So this would be called 8 notes. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with these 3 simple strumming patterns, just downstrokes in every one of them, you can play a whole bunch of songs. But if you want, you can try adding an upstroke in there as well. So downstrums mean that you strum the strings from high to low, and upstroke naturally means that you're going to do the exact opposite. And do keep in mind that when you're learning the strumming pattern, you don't have to fret the chords at that point. You can just practice keeping time, just doing the strums and muting the strings with your fretting hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can add fretting the chord shapes later when the strumming hand feels comfortable enough. So if you do want to add the upstroke in there as well, here's one suggestion you could try. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with the chords fretted it would sound something like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and once you've chosen your strumming pattern and you're comfortable playing that alone with just the guitar, combine the singing with the guitar playing. Okay, now we're ready to start combining singing and strumming. So step 1, you know the melody now, you know how to sing it with the lyrics, and you know the chords, and you have a strumming pattern down. So first we're just gonna play the chords when they change in the structure, no more strumming than that, and we'll sing the phrases of the melody on top of that. Should sound something like this. I'm in love with the shape of you, we'll push and pull like magnet do, although my heart is falling too, I'm in love with your body. And next we'll double the amount of strums. I'm in love with the shape of you, I push and pull like magnet do. And next we'll double the amount of strums once again. So this would be strumming pattern number 3. I'm in love with the shape of you, I push and pull like magnet do, although my heart is falling too, I'm in love with your body. And lastly, if you want to add the upstroke in there as well, you feel comfortable with the strumming patterns for now, you can try that one. So strumming pattern number 4. I'm in love with the shape of you, I push and pull like magnet do, although my heart is falling too, I'm in love with your body. And now, with any of this strumming pattern, you can easily perform this whole song without any issues. You can get really far with just playing downstrokes. That's all you're gonna need to start performing your own favorite songs. And now we're gonna go through some beginner mistakes that I want you to avoid. Mistake number 1 is skipping steps. If, for example, you skip step 1, you go straight to the guitar part and then try to combine that with your singing, it's not gonna work. So you have to go through the system step by step. So first you get the vocal part down, then you get the guitar part down, and only when these 2 first steps start to feel comfortable doing them separately, then you can start adding these 2 skills together, combining them in the most simplest way possible from the beginning. So don't skip steps. Mistake number 2, going for too much complexity when strumming. So especially when you start combining these 2 skills of singing and strumming, you have to go with the simplest possible strumming pattern so you can focus on the vocals, because you really can't put the vocal part on autopilot. You can put the playing on autopilot though. Mistake number 3, ignoring rhythm. So I assume you want to play Afro-American music, pop, rock, blues, whatever. So the songs you're going to play and perform, they're all probably going to have a certain beat, a certain rhythm, a certain pulse that stays throughout the whole song. And this pulse will be the most important thing you're ever going to learn. So if you feel like you can't yet internalize the beat, you have to use a drum machine, you have to use a metronome, you can use a backing track, anything that will keep you in time until you really start to embody the rhythm, and then you can start keeping time yourself. So until then, use a backing track, use a metronome, use a drum machine, anything that will help you keep time. So do not ignore rhythm. Mistake number 4, not recording yourself. Most of us have access to a smartphone, for example, that you can just push record and monitor your progress. And at the same time, you will get accustomed to performance, which is super important as well. So when you're performing to the camera, you're already practicing performance instead of just noodling on the sofa where there's no audience except maybe your cat. Okay, by now you should have some sort of an idea of what it means to go through this 3-step system where you take the vocal part, the guitar part separately and then combine these 2 skills. And that's how you work on a song. And also you should now be aware of the 4 most common mistakes that you should be avoiding. If there's one thing I want you to take away from all this, it's this. You are not bad at music. You just started in the wrong order. And once the order makes sense, you have a proper system to use, you're going to see results and everything is going to start to make sense. And that's exactly what we map out on a free strategy call that you can book for yourself right now. So check out the link below the video, book yourself a free call, and we'll map out the game plan for you for free. I want to see you succeed. Talk soon. Bye bye.